live, baby. Back with another video. And here we at the Asian pear. Finally broke dormancy. It is about March 18th. So for us up here in the South Carolina, upstate, you probably got like one more month. Probably mid-April. Be safe with the weather lately. Usually we'll have a frost in the beginning of April, into March. And that's what happened this go around. So we had about 2 weeks in February where it was about 70 to 80 degrees for every day that whole 2 weeks, and everything broke dormancy. And we finally had a frost about a month later. So we want to see what the frost did. And to this little 20th century Asian pear, if you want to come in close, did a little bit of damage. Not as green as it when it first breaks, but just a little withering on it. But as you can see, it's still ready to go, taking off. To the peach tree, a lot of blooms. Maybe those will get pollinated. Don't look like it killed them, but I mean, usually the frost will come through and destroy everything. But we had a lot of cold weather in the nights leading up to the frost, and maybe it hardened them off or something. But for the most part, just looking around, everything looks like how it did before it frosted. So blueberries, I'm gonna come in close on that. And we had 3 days of frost last week, so it's been a week since our last shot. You can see it did a little damage to the top. This plum looks pretty good. Don't look like it affected it too much. This Santa Rosa plum as well. Just looks nice. Look like it didn't phase it. Ooh. The blueberries, however, ooh, did some damage. See the leaves. The buds are real droopy. Have to keep an eye on that. See if they bounce back. Same thing on this legacy blueberry. A little bit of droop, discoloration on the leaves, but they'll definitely survive. Whether or not they produce good fruit, we will have to see. Got a little stutter right there. This cherry tree is about to break dormancy, starting to bud. So is that one. Honestly, I'm surprised. I mean, it got down underneath the 30s, so for all this stuff to still be doing good. I mean, we still have very hot days, and this area, my garden gets a lot of sun, so raspberries took a hit. A lot of discoloration. You know which ones they are? Just making sure. Huh? Just making sure. This is what they look like last week. That's what those look like, the little sprouts off the ground. So I'm guessing these just more hardy. Those are like elderberry. Didn't even phase it. It's gonna produce a lot of elderberries, but again, birds probably won't eat it all. Grapevines. Oof, destroyed this little guy. No, it'll still survive. Ooh, this guy too. They took some L's. These are the seedless varieties just planted this spring, so I'm sure they'll bounce back. And we added 3, so the last one will be over here. This one got hit too, but not as bad as the other ones. Looks like it's still trying to produce new growth as we speak. And we didn't really plant starts or anything like that because it's so early in the season. Kind of knew that we were going to have a frost again, but stop here at the seeded grapes. So I'm gonna look up. Oof, this is probably the newest growth. It took a big hit just out here in the open. But then right above, we have some more new growth. It's alive. A little wither in here. But again, all this stuff looks like it's just going to keep bouncing back. The bare root plant that I planted this spring, about a couple months ago. Yeah, you can tell the frost wasn't too bad because if it was a real bad frost, this comfrey would have died back. I mean, you see it hit it a little bit. So, potatoes have not sprouted up yet. Just waiting on that. Let's see. Yep, all of the tomatoes. There were a whole bunch of tomato seedlings. They all died. Got too cold. You can see in here. And this was self-seeded, so they were self-seeded. And they just sprouted up because we had like 2 weeks of warmth and everything just wanted to grow. But this is a very good sign. We got some onion starts, planted them about a couple weeks ago from Tractor Supply. We only bought one pack. I think a pack had like 50 or 30 or something like that. It was on like $3.49. And yeah, they're starting to sprout up. It's a great sign. So, and we just followed the directions. We did it this way so we could get a head start on the growing season, and it was cheap. I mean, it was worthwhile. I mean, a pack of seeds, onion seeds, $3 with inflation. So, I mean, you might as well just get some starts and have a better chance, anyways. Nothing planted in this bed yet. This will probably be an okra bed because my family, they eat a lot of okra, so it's good to have some okra. And I put up this net just to protect the beans, and you can see they kind of died off. I mean, beans like a good winter or good summer weather, so we try to sneak it in there, so it didn't really work. But the beets, these are all seedlings, and I mean they survive. So just the difference in what you grow, how hardy they are. So it's a good sign. But as you see, the sugar snap peas, I mean they like cold weather, so it's done their growth a little bit, but yeah, still kicking it. Blackberries didn't even flinch. They honestly like a cold weather too. I mean, they do most of their growing in spring and cool nights, so they don't mind it. Mind the cold. We harvested about 15 to 20 spears uh, last weekend, so no more have sprouted up. So, but it's been cold, but they'll start as soon as the weather heats back up. More sprouts will start popping up, and the strawberries are starting to fill in, look nice and green, which is a good sign. And I'm kind of glad we had a frost because there were a lot of blooms, and you really want them to focus on root development, especially early. So these things will fruit all probably up until the end of spring, in the summer. I mean, there's so many of them. So now they're looking nice and green, matting. So spring's coming, and they know it. It's here. And I'm glad some of the buds and fruit died because I want them to really multiply and kill all the weeds before they start trying to produce a lot of fruit. Yeah, it's starting to look nice and green, matted. I mean, there's a lot in here that we're growing, but frost didn't really do too much. But strawberries like a good cold weather as well. That's why they're usually a spring. We'll come in and look at this peach tree. It's looking like it didn't kill all the blooms. Uh, then again, if you're it's too early to tell, but you want to see we have some peaches right here. Yeah. Nice little fruit already. So it's been flowered and turned into a peach. And again, peach trees are my favorite. They're the prettiest trees in my opinion. And these three were the first trees I ever planted. And then those two moon glows, planted them all at the same time. Bought like a 5-pack variety off some website, bare root. And again, this is my garden's third year, so these trees are I got them when they were a year old, so I still got pictures. They've just took off. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. This was a young peach tree. You see the leaves are real droopy, and peaches do not like cold weather. Oh, get in there right there, get a little shot. Nice little bee taking cover. Some kind of bee, some kind of pollinator. Minding his business. And again, that's why we garden as well. I mean, we create habitats. We want to create a natural ecosystem. You see all the weeds. I'd rather have these weeds than Bermuda grass because Bermuda grass is just so invasive. But I mean, so are these weeds, but they're easy to get rid of. And just here to produce wildlife, you know? That's how you grow naturally. But until the next video, namaste.